Welcome to the What I Wish I Knew After Pregnancy Loss podcast. I am your host, Shana Southern. I am an angel mum, a rainbow mum, a pregnancy loss practitioner, and trauma-informed coach. I created the Institute of Healing Through Pregnancy Loss out of my own experience with loss in the hopes to provide understanding and healing, educating people on pregnancy loss, and creating more women or men in trained support roles. In this podcast, I hope to shed light on what I wish I knew in relation to pregnancy loss, opening up the conversation, breaking the stigma, and bringing real-life stories plus guest experts. Thank you for being here with me today, and let's dive into today's episode. Hello, beautiful souls. Shana with you. Christmas can be a really tough time of the year, especially when you are navigating pregnancy loss. People are going to be asking a lot from you, expecting a lot from you, probably expecting you to not be upset because, Christmas is a happy time of the year. But when you go through these challenges like pregnancy loss, you're looking at these events through a different lens now. It's not to say it will never be happy again, because it will. But if you're navigating it and it's very early on since your loss, if it's still raw, even if years have passed and it still hurts, because, grief is always with us. The grief and the love that we had is always with us. So Christmas, it's not to say by any certain year it's going to be okay and it's not going to hurt anymore. So let it be however it is for you. If this Christmas you're feeling okay, let it be okay. If the next Christmas you're triggered and you're emotional and you don't want to celebrate Christmas, let that be okay too. I'm going to provide all of this for you in a PDF download as well. I want to give you some tips to support yourself through this time, because Christmas is going to look different for you now, and you don't necessarily have to do what everyone else is expecting you to do. And you definitely don't have to feel how everyone else is expecting you to feel. Pregnancy loss is difficult at any time of the year, but especially even more so at Christmas. But sharing your sentiments, on the other hand, might help you heal more quickly and lead to a better Christmas season than you thought. So I want to share with you some tips that might support you in this, and feel free to download them as well. So you have a little tangible reminder of how you can navigate this, but also to know that this is, again, it's not a rule book. Some of these might apply, none, but just find something that works for you. Really tune in to yourself and find something that works for you. So firstly, I want you to acknowledge that the holidays will be different and emotionally difficult. It's okay to acknowledge that. It's okay to give yourself the permission to feel like it's going to be hard, because your body needs you to feel these emotions. Your body needs you to navigate them so that you can release them. And you can also use the emotion wheel that I supplied in a previous episode as well to help you understand what emotions you are actually feeling, because it's really good for yourself to understand, what it is specifically. Have that emotional awareness for yourself. Remember your babies, and naming your loss or losses helps you keep conscious of them, and it helps you navigate your life after loss. It helps you appropriately process your life and stay in touch with your own inner core. So just because it's Christmas, just because everyone else seems happy, doesn't mean you can't bring your babies to the conversation, the way that you're feeling, because in all of it, you have to stay true to you, not someone else, not a version of yourself that someone else thinks you should be. Speak up to others around you about what you need and how you're feeling. Unfortunately, most people aren't mind readers. As much as we would love them to just know how we're feeling, They don't. A lot of the time they're so consumed with, what they're feeling, what's going on in their life, that they don't actually pick up on what's happening for you. So tell them what you need. Tell them how you're feeling. Don't assume people know, because assumption is actually, it can sort of tear communication apart, because we can assume people know. We can assume they know what we're feeling, and, that we're still grieving, or that we're okay, or, whatever. You can assume so much, but it's not until we actually physically voice what we're going through do people really understand what we're going through. One in 4 pregnancies will result in miscarriage. 1 in 8 women will experience infertility. 1 in 100 women will experience recurrent miscarriage. And 1 in 160 births end in stillbirth. Have you been wanting to make a difference in the lives of women or men who have experienced pregnancy loss because you can see so many suffering in silence, but you just don't know how? Collectively, we can change how bereaved parents can access mental, physical, and emotional support after their experience. There is a lot of women with unhealed trauma, and there is a huge gap in the current support system when it comes to bereaved parents' recovery after loss. There are too many women and men suffering in silence. The Pregnancy Loss Practitioner Certification is a worldwide, one-of-a-kind program that gives you proven methods designed for healthcare professionals, medical staff, midwives, nurses, doulas, birth workers, coaches, and angel parents alike. The Pregnancy Loss Practitioner Certification is bridging that gap. It will give you a proven support structure to follow and education specific to pregnancy loss, created by a loss mum. It is creating more education specifically for loss so that you can enhance your service and become the point of difference. Or you can create the support that you so desperately needed in your healing after loss. This is the next level of growth and expansion you have been searching for. So does this sound like something that you have been searching for? Let's explore this more together. You can head to the episode show notes where you'll find the program application, or direct message me on Instagram and let's open up the conversation in how you can use this education. You have a gift, and I look forward to supporting you and witnessing you bring your gift to the world, healing and transforming women's lives. Decide which practices you'd like to hold on to, because your Christmases have changed. Decide what works for you, what practices, what traditions you'd like to hold on to, or how it will look different, and move forward with the ones that you want for yourself. Say no to the ones that don't suit you anymore. Make a list. So make a list of dates and facts that you might need to remember in the future, because grieving can leave us with brain fog, exhaustion, and it can often make us feel, because we've got no energy, that we might be lazy and we're forgetful, and it happens. So if there's any dates around this time of the year, heading into the next year that you need to be aware of, start making notes of things as well, so that it supports you and your memory in your healing and recovery. Because our memory does get affected by grief, by trauma, and what we thought was important dates and information doesn't seem important to our brain, and it gets pushed aside. It doesn't get filed in the important section of our brain. So write them down. Support yourself. Know that it's okay to ask for help, to admit that you're having problems and get the help that you need. It's okay if it's someone around you, if it's a family member or a friend, or if you're putting your hand up to a professional. Know that it's okay. It's not a sign of weakness that you are struggling. We need to normalize our mental, emotional, and physical health and how much it does get affected by pregnancy loss, by the challenges that we go through in our life. Normalize that for yourself. Show yourself that compassion and kindness to be able to get the support that you need. And practice self-care. Be really mindful of yourself. Practice time out when you need it. It doesn't have to be anything huge. Maybe write a list of the things that you love to do that makes you feel grounded, makes you feel calm and centered. Have that list on hand so that when you need to take some time out, you know where you can go or what you can do. And it takes the guesswork out of it for you when you're trying to think of these things in the moment. And sometimes in the moment, it can get confusing and overwhelming. But if you have a list, maybe on your phone, you know what you can do in the time that you need to feel that time out and you need space for yourself. It's okay to skip events. So, don't go hard on yourself over missing out on certain things. Expressing no is a form of saying yes to you. Get some fresh air and sunlight. Nature has an amazing ability to slow you down. Let your mind wander and take in the beauty of nature. Smell the fresh air and take deep breaths while enjoying the sunshine. Notice the sounds, notice the smells, notice the sensations under your feet. It's a really good way of grounding yourself as well and centering yourself and balancing yourself. And know it's okay to be happy. Remember that your joy does not lessen how much you miss and love your baby. Being happy is okay. We're human, and to be human is to experience the array of emotions, the good and the bad, the light and the dark. It's okay to be happy because it doesn't diminish anything about your story. It doesn't lessen your love. It doesn't take away the memories. If you're happy, your body wants you to be happy. It wants you to experience that joy. Now, at the end of the PDF as well, I do invite you into my program, Nurture Your Nervous System, where it's an online curated for you support program over 4 modules. You will start to understand how to truly support and empower yourself in your healing and recovery after loss. This is the support that you've possibly been searching for. Your nervous system needs to know it is safe. It's safe to go on and it's safe to do those things in your day-to-day life. So this is all self-paced and all curated for you. And if it does align with you, you can click the link with the PDF and I'll attach it as well with the episode. I hope this episode was helpful for you. If it was, I invite you to leave a review on Apple Podcasts, and I wish you a safe and compassionate Christmas. I look forward to supporting you on the next episode. Thank you for listening in with me today. I hope you found this episode helpful. If you did, I would absolutely love to hear from you. Take a screenshot of this episode, share it to social media, and tag me at Institute of Healing_PL. I love seeing what is resonating with you right now. If you want to chat further, I invite you to connect with me through Instagram. Head over and follow my Instagram account, send me a DM, and let's open the communication. If you want to know more about how you can be the support for others, head to the show notes and fill out the application form for the Pregnancy Loss Practitioner certification. I want to also note here that what I share within the episodes is not medical advice. If you need further support, please consult your doctor. Thank you again. Much love to you. Be gentle with yourself, and I look forward to supporting you on the next episode.